What's up? What's up? Shy773 guy back with another video. I'm going to do this one real quickly. I want to get this one out real quickly. It's called the Select the Pose Baccarat system. I'm in a Facebook group and somebody asked, does anybody have any systems? I was talking about my Select the Pose system that I created, and it was just hard explaining it to them just by typing in stuff. I promised them a video, but when I'd been off my channel for a year, when I got back on my channel, I realized some craziness was going on with people still in my majority 6 Baccarat system. So I said no more systems. I'm not posting any of my systems. But I would rather be a man of my word. So this is the Select the Pose system, so it'll be better explained to the people in that group. Okay, so now I got to do this really quick. First, let's get to some rules. All you're doing with the Select the Pose system is this. You're picking a pattern from the past. You're selecting a 3-column pattern from the past. 1, 2, 3 columns. That's banker, player, banker with a second bank here. Or I can go player, banker, player. That's 3 columns. I could pick a 3-column pattern here. The only rule is it can't be a run pattern. So this pattern wouldn't qualify. Basically, you're holding everything within a tolerance of 9 squares. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you're picking patterns that stay within that tolerance. And you're betting against this pattern in the future repeating. Now, let's pretend that none of this exists. And and you can use patterns with tie them. If there's a tie here, you can do that because all you're betting, you're looking for different results. So when the tie comes up, you can either stay with the banker or you can bet the player. All you care is that the pattern is not the same. That gives you an option to choose whether you want to bet banker or player when the tie is. So if there's a tie here, the only rule is you can't use run patterns, and the other rule is when you start betting, it has to be a first-hand banker or player. So let's say that none of this exists. This is the future. We're playing the shoe, and this is a player. Is our last hand. We look in the history. We say, okay, I want to choose this pattern here, this 3-column pattern. It has to be a pattern. Same. See the players I hand here. You have to choose a pattern. This 3-column pattern that starts with a player. So let's say I choose that. And I'm choosing that based upon this pass, how this is sticking. Well, if the shoe is sticking, let me choose a choppy pattern to bet against. So player it chopped out here and went to the banker. If I'm betting here, it chops out and go to the banker. So I would have lost. Because it chopped out and went to the banker, my bet would be to bet that it would stick. The only way this is going to be different is if it sticks. So I would have lost there. When it chopped out and went to the banker, that would have been a loss for me. But now, banker here, this is the pattern I'm betting against. I'm betting against the banker here, chopped out and went to the player. So instantly, I know I got to bet that the banker is going to stay. I bet here to stay, I would have won. Now, once you win, you're done with that. You have to wait till the shoe moves forward some. And it has to be a first hand. So you can even pick immediately after. You can use the same pattern, but not so much. Try not to use the same pattern immediately after. But if you waited a while and the shoe to move up, you could pick another pattern. So let's just say you went here with the banker. Let's say the shoe moved forward and you picked the pattern there. And you say, let's say let's say the shoe move, hold on, let me say this right. Let's say the shoe moved forward and this is where you are and you want to pick a pattern back here. You say, I'm going to pick this pattern because this pattern is somewhat complex. So the minute you pick this pattern, you have a first-hand banker. The banker stayed here, so naturally your bet is to oppose it. If you're going to bet that it chops, you're going to bet that it chops. So when you bet that it chops, it goes there. I'm busy. Sorry about that. You bet that it chops. I lost my place. Got interrupted. Okay, so let me go back. Let's say this is the first hand banker. You pick a pattern here because it's complex. You feel like you can win. The banker stayed here, so naturally your bet is going to be the chops. When it chops, you win right away. So after you win right away, you just wait till the shoe builds forward. When the shoe goes here, the player, you can even go bet right then. You got a player, you say, okay, let me pick a pattern. Let me try another complex pattern. You pick this pattern here, player stayed. Then here, you pick that 3-column pattern. 3-column patterns must stay within the tolerance of 1s, 2s, and 3s. So immediately, since this stayed 2 times, you automatically gonna bet chop. And you bet chop, you would have won there. Select the pose, that's basically all it is to it. You can't use run patterns, because if this went 9 times, you don't want to be betting that it won't go 9, because what if it goes 6? That's just too much. So that's why we're keeping it within a, small squares. Like I say, try to pick patterns too. Also, I want to add this. Try to pick patterns too that are really unique in the way they are. Like this is a unique pattern, 2, 1, 3, like that. So those will give you a better chance to win in the shoe. So let's say we're here in the shoe. Let's say we were here, and you picked this pattern here. Well, it stayed, right? So immediately you're gonna oppose it by betting the chop. You would have won immediately, right? So these little unique patterns like this. If you feel like the shoe is currently chopping, pick stuff that's staying. Pick a pattern that's staying, because that way you get the bet to chop. You get the bet to chop. Pick something that's sticking. If you see that your shoe is sticking and you want to benefit from that, you pick something that's choppy, a simple pattern like that, the chop, so you can catch your wins right away. Typically, if you're martingaling, 2 to 3 times is normal. Once, 1, 2, and 3 times is normal, especially once and twice, as you can see by what I was doing. But I've picked a bad pattern where I wind up martingaling 5 times to catch a win. So, yeah, just try to be smart with the patterns you pick. You can't determine what the shoe is doing in the future, but the shoe has no idea of that, what pattern you're going to pick. They have no idea what you're playing. So that's why it works for you. The other thing is too to keep in mind. What I like about the system is a lot of my systems, in particular, a lot of other people's systems, you have to wait. You have to jump in on the shoe at the beginning. This one you can jump in on the shoe in full swing. That's what I like about it. So let's say if I jumped in, the shoe started here. Let's say this is my banker hand. I can jump in when it's in full swing. I'll pick a pattern like this, let's say, and oppose that. I would have lost here and here, right? I pick a pattern. What would I say? I pick a pattern like this. I would have lost. It's here. What would I did? Yeah, I would have lost here and here. Would have lost here, but won here. Would have won there. Because when it chopped out there, I would be betting that it stayed. So if I picked this pattern, this would have been a loss. This would have been lost. This would have been lost. But I would have won here when it stayed, because the stay would have been my bet. I would have been completely posing 1, 2, 3, and it did like that. It would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it did. But then my win would have came there. So, all right, that's it for this video. Peace. I'm out.